Hi guys, welcome to another review, and today we've got a beer that I did actually record and upload a video for. I think this is like within the first 5 beer reviews that I'd ever done when I was still doing them on my original film related channel. And even though I've got a lot of those videos downloaded and re-uploaded, I wanted to try this one again because I was just blown away by this beer. It was one of my first German craft beers, and I think it was the first from the Camba brewery, Camba Bavaria. I've covered these guys quite a lot on the channel already, and their core range here anyway, that I can pick up from Birretta, which I picked this beer up from, really cheap as well. I found a lot of Bavarian based craft beer breweries do sell their beers for less than €2 a bottle, which you transfer that back to pounds, even though the pound isn't exactly in the strongest position right now. But you put that conversion rate into context, and really good prices for some of the beers. And I've covered a lot of those beers and breweries on the channel, and of course I will continue to do that. But yeah, today's beer is the IPA from Camba Bavaria, and this one is a monster, clocking in at 8%, and the hops used are, let me see, Amarillo, Centennial, Cascade, Chinook and Citra. So your typical IPA cocktail of hops there. And yeah, when I first reviewed this was easily a 10 out of 10 and one of the best German IPAs, and one of the best IPAs in general that I had tried. So I'm really quite interested to revisit it, but I'm also a little bit nervous just in case I don't like it as much, because I've drank a lot since then. But yeah, I'm sure even if I don't enjoy it as much as I did initially, it's going to be a high quality beer. But yeah, big fan of IPAs, and yeah, you've heard me say that many times, I'm sure. So let's get the beer opened. It's gone in the sink. Beer isn't chilled as much as I usually have them, but it shouldn't be any more much of a problem. And it sounds good already. I can't remember what I initially said about this beer, aside from saying it was one of the best IPAs that I've ever tried. But yeah, in the glass, the beer is a nice hazy light orange sort of colour with slight burnt orange around the edges. You get some nice golden tones coming through. Nice amount of streaming carbonation, not too aggressive, nice and flowing, and that all flows up to about 1 finger's worth of really nice fluffy white head. And yeah, I can smell it already just having the glass here. So let's go in for a proper sniff. Swirl it round. I've said this so many times, I don't know why I've not put the money down for it, but I need to pick up a Teku glass because it's my favourite style of glass. I've got a Brewdog one back in England, but I don't know if it's worth having it posted over here. Maybe if I have other stuff posted, I don't know. But yeah, it'd work out cheap just to buy one while I'm here. So, on the aroma, it's really nice and juicy. It's not an attack of hops, but that hop characteristic is bountiful. It's really nicely balanced. Picking up a bit of lychee in there, a little bit of grapefruit. Those exotic mango, pineapple sort of aromas. There's a slight, almost like grapefruit hand soap sort of aroma to it. A little bit of a floral characteristic, not too resinous or anything like that. It's a nice fruit salad on the aroma. You're not really picking up any bitterness at all, and At 8%, you're not even picking up any boozy characteristics, so all good so far. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers. It's so good. So good. I'm getting images of like Tutti Frutti or Rancher's Fruit Pastels in my head, but not as, obviously not synthetic and not as sweet, not as tart. A really nice bitter edge to this one. I'm getting sort of like a light candied orange, satsuma sort of characteristic. You pick up a nice grapefruit bitterness. There's a slight hint of a citrusy sort of characteristic, maybe like the rind of a lemon. It's a little bit floral on the taste as well. It's just a wonderful IPA. It really is. And I tell you what, at 8%, you would never in your life think that this was an 8% beer. It's got such a nice body to it as well. Nice, juicy, plump body. It's maybe a slight, like, freshly cut grass, resinous sort of image in your head as you're drinking it, but not too much. This is definitely a fruitier sort of IPA. Not a really sweet IPA, not an overly bitter IPA. That bitterness is really nice and gentle throughout. Doesn't leave you too dry, but it leaves you almost salivating and you want to go in for another bottle, another sip. This is just an extraordinary beer. It's mind-blowing how sessionable and easy drinking this one is. If you were to just be presented with this in a glass, aside from after I've taken a few sips now and it's all built up, I may be getting a slight bit of alcohol warmth there, but not too much, only just. And if you were to get a glass of this not knowing what it is, you'd just be supping it and supping it and supping it. There's flavours there that you can take your time to enjoy, but a little bit more chilled than I've got it now. And this is, perfection. It's what I look for in an IPA. And I've covered and will continue to cover Camba Bavaria on the channel. But if you find this available on any of your favourite import websites, beer websites, or favourite bottle shops, put the money down for it, because it's an extraordinary IPA. I can't remember too much about my first experience with this one, but it's a beautiful beer. It's an easy 10 out of 10, and it's definitely still my favourite Camba Bavaria beer so far. And yeah, I wish I'd picked up more bottles of this one, and it's one of the few occasions where I'd happily pick up 2 or 3 craft bottles, because for the price that you pay for this, it's just... when you drink a beer like this, nothing comes close to it. And yeah, it's a fantastic beer. It's a 10 out of 10. So if you've tried this beer, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Am I completely going over the top with my praise for this one? Was it as good? Just hit me up in the comments if you tried this one. What's your favourite German IPA? What's your favourite Camba Bavaria beer that you've tried? And yeah, wonderful beer. I'm going to definitely enjoy the rest of this one on a somewhat hot and sticky night. Perfect summer beer, perfect barbecue beer, perfect grilled meat beer, perfect fish beer, perfect, just a plate of chips beer, just perfect beer. Wonderful stuff. And yeah, I'm going to definitely enjoy the rest of it. So, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links down below to Camba Bavaria are, well, yeah, down below, obviously, so you can check them out, as well as my Camba Bavaria playlist. Yeah, I've said this a few times now, Camba Bavaria, one of my favourite breweries, and yeah, I've still got a hell of a lot of their beers to even try, so I'm going to enjoy doing this. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.